If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. What a great NBA final so far, and I apologize guys for not making a video in a little while. I've been real busy. I was actually going to wait until the NBA finals was over with, but with all these storylines and all the things going on, I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about a couple subjects concerning the NBA finals. First of all, I mean, where do I begin? There's so many things going on. I know all you guys heard the rumor about LeBron James and his situation. I actually feel bad for him, man. I mean, if all this stuff is true, and I'm not going to comment on it, but if it's true, it's an unfortunate situation for him. And this is why I always say, folks, that the NBA is 90% mental and 10% talent and skill. I mean, you have to have a strong mentality to play in this league. It's tough to play in the NBA, especially deep in the season, you know, in the playoffs and in the finals. You got to be a tough cookie, man. You really do. And no disrespect to the players I'm getting ready to talk about, but obviously they don't have it. One in particular is Paul Gasol. I mean, you saw what happened with him and the rumors about his situation. You know, he had two bad series, one against New Orleans and the other against Dallas when they got swept. He had a great regular season. In the beginning of the year, he played good of the season. He played very well, but when it counted, when all the stuff was going down with him, it didn't bode well for him. And then you got Mr. James. You know, we know what happened in Game 5, the rumors of what happened last year. And then this year. I mean, this is bad timing, man. And I actually feel bad for him about this. But, and I say that to say this. I am a firm believer in karma. Now, I don't exactly call it karma. I call it you reap what you sow. Meaning whatever you put out, you're going to get back. Now, I don't know what this young man does in his personal life, and I'm not going to comment on that. But I know what he did to the Cleveland Cavalier fans. And I remember earlier this year when the LA Lakers were blowing out the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James sent a Twitter out and made a comment about, you know, karma is a bee and God is watching or something like that. And then the very next day he said he wasn't talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, this is why I don't support LeBron James anymore, but that's my own personal stuff. But I believe that in the universe that we live in, whatever you put out, you get back, period. And unfortunately for him, if these rumors are true, I think he's getting back things that he's done to others. I really do. I don't think he's a bad person per se, but he's made some bad decisions. And this is why I want the Dallas Mavericks to win the championship, personally. I do not want to see a team like this get together and 1 year win it with a bunch of superstars. I don't like it, you know. And I've said it once and I said it again. LeBron James copped out when he went to the Miami Heat. But with that being said, I still feel that LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say because of 2 games, and yeah, they were in the finals, yes, but I'm not going to sit here and say he's not the best player. He's physically one of the most talented players the NBA's ever seen. You saw what he did against Philadelphia, Boston, and then Chicago. Now, if these rumors are true, like I said before, this is a tough situation to be in. I want you guys to think of it like this. We're all human beings, folks, and we're emotional creatures. You know, we're not robots. We live on emotions. And at the end of the day, even though LeBron James is a professional basketball player, that's second. First, he's a human being. You know, he is a human being first. And unfortunately, I don't like the way it's going, just for the simple fact of I want to see the best of LeBron James. I want to see the best of Dirk Nowitzki, the best of Dwayne Wade. I want to see the best of everyone, and then I want to see who's going to win. So now the Miami Heat fans or the LeBron James fans are going to have a built-in excuse now if they lose, if the Miami Heat lose, because then they're going to say, oh, well, this is what happened to LeBron. And I don't like it. I wish it didn't happen, but it did, reportedly, allegedly. This series is very interesting. You could have looked at it like this. You could look at it as Dallas could have won this in 4 or 5. Miami could have swept, or 1-4 or 5. I mean, it could have gone either way. Depends on how you look at it. This is a crazy, crazy series that I've never seen anything like this. Remember the stat they threw out after Game 2, that when the series is tied 1-1 in a 2-3-2 format, 11 times previous or something like that, the winner of Game 3 goes on to win all the NBA Finals. But then you got whoever wins Game 5 of the NBA Finals wins like 70-something or 80-something %. So which one are you going to go by? You know what I mean? Depends on if you're a Dallas or a Miami Heat fan. I actually picked the Miami Heat to win in 6. I said this on Chris Smooth's channel when me and him did a dual comm together. And obviously I was wrong because the Miami Heat cannot win in 6. They can only win in 7. This is before I knew all the situations that were going on with LeBron James. But at the end of the day, folks, Dallas Mavericks are a better team from the top to bottom. But the Miami Heat have a better core players with the 3 big stars. But Dirk Nowitzki, you got to give this man credit. He is playing out of his mind. And I'm telling you this right now, folks. Everybody thinks that the pressure is on the Miami Heat, and rightfully so, it is. But there's a lot of pressure on Dirk Nowitzki right now, folks. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Dirk Nowitzki, by a lot of people's standards, is known as a choker. We all know this has been well documented. He's up 3-2 in the series. He's one win away from avenging his one finals appearance loss to the same team he's playing now, the Miami Heat. If he loses this series, especially the way he's played, against the Portland Trailblazers, against the LA Lakers, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and now the Heat, if they lose 2 games in a row, oh my goodness, he is going to take a big time hit on his legacy. He really is, and I hope, and I'm really rooting for Dirk and the Dallas Mavericks and also Jason Kidd. I want them to get it done, period. Also, on another note, I'm going to be rambling on here because there's so many things to talk about, and I'm probably going to miss some things. So I want to talk about Jason Terry for a minute. He has stepped up the last couple of games. Credible shooting, incredible confidence by that guy. I mean, he is stepping up in the finals, and he's Mr. Fourth Quarter right now, and I'm really happy about the way he's playing. But real quick about LeBron James, I want to talk about that again. It's just so funny how people are either jumping off the bandwagon of LeBron James or they're jumping on the bandwagon of Dwayne Wade. Folks, let me tell you this, and this is just my opinion. LeBron James is still the better player. Okay, he's still the better all around player. He's playing in a different role in this series. Don't ask me why, because you guys saw what he did against Chicago. I mean, this man was possessed. He actually had Scottie Pippen thinking about saying maybe he's better than Michael Jordan or will be better than Michael Jordan, maybe one day or could be. That's how well this man was playing. Now, Dwayne Wade is stepping up big time, and I'm going to give Dwayne Wade all the credit in the world. He is playing out of his mind. He's playing like Michael Jordan Wade right now. He's playing the Michael Jordan role, and LeBron is playing the Scottie Pippen role, like my boy Corey says. And it's disturbing to me. It really is, because, and I've said this once, and I'm going to say it 1,000 times again. LeBron James chose the wrong team when he went to the Miami Heat. He went to another man's team. That's Dwayne Wade's team. Now, I'll say this again. LeBron is the best player on another man's team, period. If LeBron James would have went to the Chicago Bulls, we wouldn't be talking about any of this stuff right now. But he has to take a backseat to Dwayne Wade for a couple reasons. 1, he was there first. 2, he's got a championship. 3, he's got a championship beating the team that they're playing right now in the Dallas Mavericks. And 4, Dwayne Wade, in my opinion, he's a more fierce competitor in these situations. LeBron James is a better overall player in the regular season and maybe deep in the playoffs. But when it comes to the NBA Finals, I know it hasn't been a lot of games played between these two young men, but obviously Dwayne Wade is a much better NBA Finals performer. And that's, we can't debate that. But at the end of the day, LeBron James is the best basketball player on the planet. I know that sounds like I'm contradicting myself. And it is a contradictory segment because LeBron contradicts himself. He is the best player on the planet. He's the best player in the NBA. And then he does stuff like this. He's making these self-inflicted wounds to himself. by making the decision to go to Miami, by doing the things in the summer with Larry King and doing the parade with the Miami Heat, and then, saying things during the regular season and act like he didn't do nothing wrong. And then he comes out in Cleveland and doesn't, come out for the starting lineups. And then now he's playing like this. He's putting it all on himself. And I'm going to say this before I go. I'll make a video about the whole NBA Finals, and I'll talk about it and stuff like that. But I want to talk about these things real quick before Game 6 and possibly Game 7 start. Here's the bottom line. Just like I said with Dirk Nowitzki, he's going to take a hit on his legacy if he loses. It's definitely the same thing with LeBron James. He has taken a hit on his legacy, period. Win, lose, or draw, okay? By going and copping out. Put it this way. Let's just say it like this. Everybody wants to compare him to Michael Jordan. I don't, because he's not Michael Jordan, folks, period. There will never be another Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's a one of a kind, okay? But let's just say this. Let's just say Michael Jordan lost to the Detroit Pistons 3 years in a row, because he did. He lost to the Pistons 3 years in a row. And he said, you know what? Let's just say Dwayne Wade is like Dominique Wilkins back in those days. And he said, you know what? I can't beat the Pistons by myself. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call up Dominique, and I'm going to get on his team. Oh, but by the way, I'm going to go ahead and get Charles Barkley to come down there with me too. Or something like, or somebody like that, a really good power forward at that time, a top power forward. And then he goes down to that team. Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time. He's the greatest basketball player to ever play the game, in my opinion. But if he went down to the Atlanta Hawks in Dominique's 8th or 9th year, whatever, 7th year, whatever it was, that's still Dominique Wilkins' team. But folks, we would have never had to worry about that, because the type of person and the type of player Michael Jordan was, he would never do anything like that. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, it's a different time and this, that, and the third, and that's true. But Kobe Bryant in these times wouldn't do it. Period. Kobe Bryant is playing in these days. Yeah, he was going to leave the Lakers and he was going to go to Chicago, but they didn't have a superstar then. There is no superstar, in my opinion, in NBA history that would have went to another team when he was the man in his prime. Okay? Moses Malone did it. Wilt Chamberlain did it, at the end of his career or whatever. But this is a totally different thing. We're talking about King James. Self-proclaimed King James went to another man's team, and he copped out when he went to the Miami Heat. I know a lot of you guys are going to sit here and say that I'm hating on LeBron. I'm not hating. I give credit where credit is due, but I also criticize and give criticism when criticism is due. And he's due criticism right now. And I'm telling you right now, like I was saying before, his legacy has taken a hit. Now, Game 6, can he turn everything around even if he wins the championship? I don't know, because people are going to remember all this just for the simple fact that the rumors are attached to this as well. But at the end of the day, folks, the Miami Heat still do have a chance to win a championship, and LeBron has a chance to redeem himself as far as coming back these next two games, if there's a Game 7, and winning a championship. But as far as comparing him to Michael Jordan, stop it. He's not Michael Jordan. Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, none of them are Jordan. He's in a class of his own. LeBron James right now is looking like Scottie Pippen. And that's no diss to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is one of the all-time greatest players, one of the best players that I've seen. But you know what I'm talking about with Scottie Pippen. He's a second-tier player, meaning he's one of the greats, but he didn't change the game. Scottie Pippen had a great all-around skill set. He was a great performer in the clutch, great defensive player, great all-around player, but he wasn't the man. He was the man standing next to the man. And that's what LeBron James is. He is the man standing next to the man. And that man is Dwayne Wade. If LeBron James wants to help his legacy over these next two games, if there is a Game 7, he needs to step his game up. He needs to say, hey, you know what? If these rumors are true, leave that stuff outside, because at the end of the day, folks, all that stuff doesn't matter. This is what LeBron James has been dreaming about all his life. He put this on his own self to be in these situations to win championships, and he's here now. So in order for LeBron James to help his legacy out, he has to win this championship, folks. He has to, and he has to step up big time. I mean, he has to step up, and his body language has got to change, and he has got to be the man, because LeBron James is the man. He's the best player in the NBA. if he has to step on Dwayne Wade's toes, he's going to have to step on Dwayne Wade's toes. I think Dwayne Wade will be fine as long as they win a championship. Because I don't think no matter what happens these next two games, pretty much Dwayne Wade's going to get the finals MVP. So he's in a pretty good situation, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Because even if LeBron takes over these next two games with Dwayne Wade's injury, Dwayne Wade can understand that. So in order for LeBron to get back in good graces with all these people, he's going to have to go off in these next two games and win the championship. All right, guys, let me know what you think. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. If there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, let me know, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Keep your head up, bro. Peace.